first guest has co-starred in such films as The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Anchorman, and Clueless. Well, now he's on Broadway starring with Julia Roberts in the play 3 Days of Rain. Please welcome Paul Rudd. Thanks for being here, Paul.
It's nice to be here. Thank you.
I have to right away say I've seen a lot of things in my years doing this show. I've never seen someone bring out their own mug. What's with your own mug?
I watch the show a lot, and I notice you always have the mugs out for people.
Sure, everyone gets their own blue late-night mug, yeah.
But I wasn't sure if everyone got their own, so I started thinking, who's washing these mugs? And
why would we wash them? Yeah.
So you're just starting with a killer bit.
Yeah. But this is your mug from home? Oh, nice.
When all else fails.
Spit up all over yourself.
I'll apologize to Chris Klein now.
Yeah, that's all right. He'll mop that up with his ass. But no, I want you to be comfortable, so that's good. You're comfortable, and
I will be now. I'll just sit over to this side.
This is very nice. Now, let's talk about this, because everyone's talking about this. 3 Days of Rain had its Broadway opening last week.
Yeah.
And you're in the cast, Julia Roberts in the cast. Everybody turns out for this thing. The biggest stars on the planet came to that show.
It's a little daunting.
Yeah, I would think, how can you... it's hard for me to perform with Fabio in the audience. But for you...
Me too.
Yeah. Well, he's gone now. I have things to do. I must go. Call the Fabio copter. Thunka. It runs on artificial butter. But for you, I would think that's got to be... How can you do that? I heard that, James Gandolfini's in the crowd. Right. Oprah Winfrey, the biggest celebrity on the planet's in the crowd.
Yeah, opening night is always a nerve-wracking experience anyway. Mm-hmm. But with this one in particular, I knew Oprah was in the audience. And, as the curtain went up, I'm just thinking, Oprah's watching me.
Right.
Right. Which has never happened ever.
Right.
So I was really nervous, and not just Oprah, but James Gandolfini and many other people. And I was so nervous. There's a prop that I have in the play, this book, and there's a scene where I get so mad that I throw it down, and I was so nervous that I went, and it just went right off the stage. And there was a split second where I thought, I need that again. How am I going to get out of this one?
That's so funny, too, because I'd also think, what if that impaled somebody? What
if I hit Oprah with the
stood up with this journal sticking out of her head and went, no! That would be scary for you.
Or Gandolfini.
Yeah, that would be worse.
That would be bad. Yeah, that would really be bad.
I want to ask you something. We were talking about this today, but there's a lot of the work that you've done, you've always figured out a way. I can't get over that mug. It's so distracting. I'm not used to seeing that mug during my interviews.
Well, this is
it's got penguins on it.
It's like a winter scene.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Coco even when it's just straight gin.
Sure, yeah. Now you gave away my interview secret. In a lot of your work, you always figure out a way to show a little skin. Isn't that fair to say? You always figure out a way to...
I try. I push for it.
Yeah, you push for it.
If it doesn't require it, I try and get it in there.
Right. You've had movie roles where you're just playing like a bank teller and you're naked.
Yeah. Even when I audition.
Yeah. But I noticed,
well, it's always, I'm kidding, but it does seem as if in a few things I've done, there's been nudity required. I think there are several things that are always funny to me. Nudity, spit takes.
Right.
Double takes.
Right.
Talking babies.
Right. Talking babies.
And talking animals.
Right.
And, not so much, actually, but, well, talking animals. Anyway.
Any animal that talks, it says, like, hey there, mister.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
So, I mean, like, to prove it, if this is for the guys, if you ever go into a public restroom, and like at an airport or something where there's lots of urinals lined up, try and pull your pants all the way down to your ankles, and you're like a little boy would pee, And if you have a buddy with you, it will make people laugh, and then it'll make also many other people very uncomfortable, which also makes it funny.
You do that?
I've done it a few times.
That could go horribly wrong, too.
I did it once. You
don't want to be naked in a public urinal that often, you know?
I know. Well, it's such an odd sight to just see somebody standing in
especially when they know you. That's Paul Rudd.
It did happen one time, actually, and that's the last time I did that.
Yeah. Now, you're only doing this play for 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So much work, so much intensity, and then it only has a limited run, 8 weeks. Does it ever feel to you like, oh man, all that work and so many people won't see it?
I know. Well, yeah, that's part of kind of doing a play. And especially something like this, which is so high profile, most people won't get to see it. But what people, I don't know if they realize, Actors' Equity, and I think it's with Lincoln Center, they record plays to, archive them. So we actually did tape this play.
You taped it. That's great.
And a lot of people, obviously are curious about it. And I talked to the rep at Equity, and they let me bring...
You have a clip of the play?
I do actually have a clip of the play.
Because everyone wants to see this. Right. What's this scene? This is great.
This is a scene, well, there's only 3 of us in the play. It's Julia Roberts, Bradley Cooper, and I. And Julia is running after Bradley's character, and Bradley's character is trying to get away, and I just kind of come in at the end to see if I can't maybe salvage the situation. It's kind of a self-explanatory.
Cool. Let's take a look at this. This is a clip from your play. It's great. Let's take a look.
It's amazing, actually. Santo Laquasto, the set designer, is a genius. That almost looked like it was outdoors.
That's one of the stupider things I've ever seen. 3 Days of Rain, inspiring performance, is playing at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater on Broadway until June 18th. Always a pleasure, Paul.
Thank you so much.
Very much. We'll be right back. Robert Smigel coming up. Stick around.